Hi. So, I'm not here with Bez for the Happy Mondays today. I'm here with Rob Salmon, one of the most enthusiastic tennis coaches you will ever meet. Just happens to live with us in the UK, in Derbyshire. Rob, welcome. How are you?
I'm very well, Johnsy. It's lovely to see you. Thank you.
Yeah. We met a couple of years ago because you made a career change. You switched from the corporate world where you're in marketing and PR and design and digital and all sorts of creativity, and you decided to switch to become a tennis coach at exactly the wrong time when we got locked down in a national pandemic. So what brought about that change? What brought you into tennis?
I mean, tennis has just been a fantastic part of my life. You know, since the minute I started at an after-school club up in Cumbria, it's been such a positive part of my life. You know, I've met so many of my best friends through tennis. I've had some of my best experiences through tennis. I met my wife through tennis. You know, it's been a constant positive companion, and I always wanted to have a chapter as a tennis coach, and I knew it was going to come, and I just felt like it was the right time in my little novel for the tennis chapter to begin.
Yeah, it was just the timing though. just when a pandemic hit. So you joined the Tennis Coaches Support Network, right? So this Rob Salmon, new member applies. Suddenly you've got this cheery bloke saying hello to everyone, asking questions. It was brilliant.
Well, thank you. It's been a great resource for me, and yeah, it was a crazy time because I handed my, you know, I left. I've gone from the company. I'm like, there's a lockdown. I was like, what am I going to do now? You know, I've left this corporate world to become a tennis coach. What do I do now? And so actually, that was when I ended up starting the My Tennis Journey podcast, because I couldn't coach tennis. I couldn't get to a club. I couldn't get on court. And I thought, I want to keep productive. I want to keep busy. I want to keep learning. So I ended up doing this podcast, and you know, I spoke to people like Keith Reynolds, who's just an amazing coach, and I'd learned from Keith about the life lessons you can get through tennis. I'd speak to Ashley Broomhead, who set up just a wonderful club called Watchorn, and I'd learn about the business through it. So I ended up like learning all these things through the podcast, which for me was amazing. But you know, when lockdown came to a close, boy oh boy, was I ready to get stuck in with the tennis coaching.
So we spent our time taking pictures of our dog walks at weekends and what recipes we're cooking, and you were cracking on meeting the sort of glitterati of the tennis world with your podcast, My Tennis Journey, right?
Yeah, that's right. And you know, I've been really fortunate through, you know, various people. So, for example, I know Andrew Jarrett, who was the Wimbledon Championships referee going back a couple of years, just somebody I know. So I was very lucky in that I could come and interview these people, and then I'd start approaching people and go, I love your story, you know, and so is there any chance of an interview? And some said yes, and some never got back to me. And those that said yes, I did a podcast with. I think some, you know, someone like Dan Kiernan, you know, listening into Control the Controllables, massive fan of that. And yeah, I thought, you know, I've got experience in the radio world. I used to do a lot of work in PR with stations like 5 Live. So, you know, I'd been on the other side of the fence, and I just thought I'd have some fun with it. And it's been amazing fun.
Yeah, I tell you what, when I get in my car and I switch on your podcast and it starts off with the hello, I'm just instantly raised up a notch on the positivity level. So I really enjoy it. I like the fact that it's 20-25 minutes as well, so it's, you know, it can fit into my journeys, and yeah, I've enjoyed going on that little journey with you. But so you switched to tennis coaching, you then started doing podcasting. It's not really enough for you, is it? You've got all this energy. What are you doing now?
So yeah, it's a lovely little story actually. So when I started out as a tennis coach, I came from the world of innovation, where I'd been doing things like printing 3D printed beer mats made out of the leftovers from the brewing process, and I'd put like a little TV screen on a beer font so that when you're at bar. You could watch football when you're ordering your beer. And, you know, I'd invented with a friend of mine, we'd come up with a sparkling hot water, and that was like available in Ocado. So I love innovation. I love gadgets, always have done. I was at the club the other day and someone went, "Here's Mr. Gadget." And so, you know, I love these things. And one of the first ones I came across, and I think I came across it in the Tennis Coaches Support Network, was the Topspin Pro. And it's a fantastic device for learning topspin. You know, it's the sort of thing that you can put out in a sort of cardio tennis work where you've got a station where people are hitting up and learning topspin. And I saw a role advertised for the product development manager with Topspin Pro, and I applied for it. I was so excited when I saw the job. I was like, "Bex, I'm just nipping upstairs. I'll be gone for an hour." And I wrote my application and off I went, and you know, and I ended up getting this role. So now, you know, I've been such a big fan, genuinely, of the Topspin Pro. And now I've ended up working with the guys as a product development manager for them, which is, it's just been fantastic.
I've used similar devices to help people get the hang of topspin, so they find it hard to get the racket angle and the racket path and the contact point. And you know, I've used something similar, but and I know some people are not advocates of this type of tool to help you, but I find it invaluable for repetition. People can make it a bit cardio-y, switching between forehand, backhand. You can do stuff at home, take the device at home, so you could be practicing inside when it's raining. Well, what about, I mean, you're working with the Topspin Pro now. So what are the benefits for people who've not encountered this device yet? What are the benefits of Topspin Pro? What does it bring value-wise that you can include in your proposition as a coach?
You know, and genuinely, I was a massive fan of the product. And the reason I'm a massive fan of the product is it's been invaluable for me as a coach. So say I've got a beginner who's starting out and, you know, they're smacking the ball out the back over the fence. Woo, there it's gone. You know, off goes that ball. I can actually show them the topspin swing path. And I can get them hitting topspin in a matter of minutes. You know, like people don't realize the swing path you need to be getting in order to get that topspin shape. And yet with the Topspin Pro, they get it so quickly. So with an adult, I think within a few minutes, you know, we can get them hitting topspin. For a junior, again, you know, if you think about a junior on a mini red court, as soon as they're hitting the ball hard, the mini red court becomes very small. The mini orange court becomes very small. So if they can learn topspin, it's really going to help them. And I've just found the most effective, quickest way to teach someone topspin is with the Topspin Pro. And then as a coach, what's brilliant for me is I'll make it a station. So I'll have stations where I've got my Topspin Pros, and I'll say repetitions wise, maybe do 20 forehands, 20 backhands at the same time that I or another of the coaching team are feeding balls to somebody else. So we get lots. So people aren't standing still. They're involved in the action. They're involved in learning. And I just think it's a fantastic tool to really accelerate the learning process.
How many cappuccinos have you had, Rob? You're on fire today.
Do you know, cappuccinos wise, I've just been out in an absolutely howling gale. Before I was here, I was like, can I smooth my hair down? Because it was like, it was all over the shop. And I think it's blown me into feeling alive and ready to go. And although saying that, I've just cancelled my sessions for the night. So I'm like,
so I've heard of Topspin Pro. I've seen it. I think we had a coach from the forum, Julian Squires, bring down a Topspin Pro for some of my players to use. So what actually does a product manager do for Topspin Pro when you've got your product? It's developed, it's working. So what does a product manager do?
So from a product development manager for Topspin Pro, I mean, I think what we're looking at, the Topspin Pro has been massively successful, you know, all around the world. It's been successful. But the team there, you know, Phil and Doug and the other guys on the team, they're looking at other ways they can help people. So the role will be coming up with other ways that they can accelerate that learning process. And hopefully I can help with that. So actually what we're going to be bringing down to the forum is a brand new prototype. It's something that's really exciting, and it's a prototype that's going to help you learn the serve, you know, and the different kinds of serve. And so the product development role on that is let's see, finding out, for example, how people get on with it. Can we do some field trials, see if it's helping them, see what they think of the different elements of it? And honestly, I think it's such an exciting role, and it's helping the team however I can in that respect.
So it's a completely new product, a different stroke that you're helping with.
Yeah.
I know I've asked about this before and you won't show me a version of it. So we're quite excited. On March 21st, you're coming to our Tennis Coaches Network Forum and you'll have some with you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's yeah, I mean, it's going to be the people at the forum. Can't wait to see you there. It's going to be the first coaches to see our new prototype in action in a group setting, and we can't wait to hear what people think of it. I guess I know from being a coach that people often say, don't they, like, what's the most difficult stroke to learn or to teach, I guess, and the serve's quite often up there, isn't it? So I think it's a really, really exciting development. The prototype will be there. Can't wait to show it to everyone who's there. Can't wait to see everyone. Can't wait to go, oh, so you're so-and-so then, eh? Because I guess I know these people, like, from the comments and stuff, but I don't know. Are we going to have name badges?
No, we won't have name badges, but wait till you meet Rob Twyman, because he's taller than you think.
But Rob Twyman has a Derby link.
But when we did the first Tennis Coaches Network Forum back in January, it was wonderful to put faces to names, and the authentic conversations that went on, and the connections, and the networking that we've missed the last couple of years. I thought was really, really valuable for people. And what was lovely about Dan Kiernan as our keynote speaker was he just gave so much of his time and energy to people, and wasn't like, oh, my time's finished, I need to shoot off. It was brilliant. And we've got Matt Little coming to our next one, and we feel that he's of the same ilk, that he wants to help people and genuinely wants to give something to tennis, which is really what this is all about. So I'm really excited to have you.
Amazing. I've got his book.
Mine's just arrived. The Where the Tortoise, it's just arrived, so I've got to read it now. I've been listening to all his podcasts, but yeah, I think that the value that he's going to add to coaches, and the value that tool, product, device, aid that you're going to bring along just opens people's eyes to possibilities, and yeah, really excited about that. Rob, listen, thanks so much for your time today. It's been wonderful to see you. It's always funny and a laugh, and you're like the Morecambe and Wise of tennis. You just bring a smile and laughter wherever you go.
That's probably one of the. I'd take that over Bez, actually. I mean, I'm not. I can do a Bez dance, but I'd take the Morecambe and Wise. That's amazing.
I don't think we're going to be able to end this without a Bez dance. Now you've said it.
You want my best Bez dance? Okay.
Okay, right. Okay,
and on that bombshell,
let's leave it there. Listen, Rob, we should catch up again in about a year's time and see what jobs you're doing there, because you probably accumulated another 2 along the way. Thanks so much for your time. It's brilliant. You're an inspiration to a lot of people just with your attitude, which is hugely positive when we've all got lots of things going on in our lives, and you're a great example to staying positive through it all. Really look forward to seeing you March the 21st, my friend.
Thank you very much. Genuinely cannot wait to see you down there.